Who remember the ThunderCats? The ThunderCats was a show that came on in 1985. Let's listen to this.
Jaga, the sword is alive.
Yes.
But there are holes in the hilt, Jaga, and I don't see any eye.
The eye sleeps until needed, Lion-O. And these are not merely holes you see in the hilt. Looking through those magic apertures will give you sight beyond sight.
But if I do need the eye...
Notice that the sword represents a phallus, and the circles next to that which is the middle representing the phallus represents the testicles. The third eye comes together to form the testicle, and the testicle form that which gives sight beyond sight, abilities that connects to your real third eye, which is that which is between your eyes that connects down to your 33rd vertebrae. Notice how Lion-O was holding the sword.
How can I wake it up and let it know?
There will be no need.
You see how he's holding the sword? It's right between his legs as if he's holding the phallus. Because we talking about a little boy who's really a man with powers and abilities that once awakened he can do many things.
The eye will know it is needed before you do.
I can't lift it.
See how he's holding it? They got it right there.
You have not the strength yet. But, Snuff, would you ask the other ThunderCats to join us?
Notice that the name ThunderCats have under cats. And we know that what's between a woman's legs that we call the pussy cat, we call that the cat. It's called the pussy cat. We know it for other names, but considering that we want to understand that kids may be listening and watching, that the TH, T is 20, H is 8. So 2 is what you take out of 20 because 0 is not a real number. And 8 plus 2 gives us 10, which 1 in a cipher, which Lion-O represents the lion O. 1 in a cipher is 1 in a 0, which is 10. Lion-O represents the lion and the O under the cats. Since the movie started in 1985, we know that equals 14, and 1 and 4 equal 5. It's a star number, it's a star constellation. And it's double talk, because as I expressed and explained to, Lion-O holds the lion. The Thundera, the sword, represents the third eye, which also represents the phallus. Sex magic. Alright, so we have these other beings, which the leader happens to be a amphibian reptile. Listen what he say. When he enter, he see Lion-O holding the sword. Look where the sword is. Look where it's kept. Listen.
The hilt of the Sword of Omens.
The sword of who? Omens. That is the name for Amen. Being that he's Lion-O, there go that O again. Omens represents a sign. Remember the movie called The Omens, which is code talk for Amen. Notice Lion-O here represents a pyramid. Remember I told you? Notice in the ThunderCats how the sword goes down to the D, because the sword represents that which I told you is the phallus, which is the scepter. Under is where the cats lay on top of the phallus, which represent ThunderCats. Remember when you play it and it says that ThunderCats on the loose, loose represent Lucifer. Loose is also a code word. That's only those in the know. And whenever he's holding that phallus, it gives a call out on a third eye. Also, you understand that Lion-O says he was locked up. He was in a capsule for 10 years.
Would we be making it easy for Lion-O to shirk unpleasant duties?
Remember, Lord Lion-O spent 10 galacto years in a suspension capsule.
Look at the number 32 showing. You have 3 over here on the left, the adults, and 2 small ones represent 32. Lion-O been suspended, which means he been confined for 10 years, and showing the number 32.
During that time, he grew in size, but he did not grow up.